Whether you're staying home or heading out on a summer exploration, KiwiCo is inviting kids and kids at heart to enjoy the Summer Adventure Series. KiwiCo delivers awesome science and art projects, and for the first time ever is offering a Summer Adventure Series. Kids will receive 6 hands-on project kits over 6 weeks with enriching content and fun activities to accompany each project. Cruz loves these. I love whenever we get these. He loves dinosaurs. He loves learning about space. So everything, there are so many different kits for him to try, and he absolutely loves them. And I even learned things from it as well. They are absolutely amazing. As a parent, it can be hard to find ways to keep your kids busy and challenged. KiwiCo does the legwork for you so your kids can spend quality time tackling projects and learning. Build the best summer ever with KiwiCo. Get $15 off your Summer Adventure Series at kiwico.com/Brittany. That's $15 off your summer series at kiwico.com/Brittany. BRITTANY. Check it out. Cruz loves them. Your kid will too. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of When Reality Hits. Happy Friday and happy first day of summer.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. This episode we have on my bestie, ride or die, Zach Wickham.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. I love you so much. You rode for me so hard, and I just love you.
But would you, I mean, not that you didn't already know that that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously we lived through it, but like seeing it back, did it just make you proud?
It made me so proud because you handled yourself with such like composure too. Like you didn't like freak out.
Which, if anybody that knows me, if anybody knows me, like that was, I'm not going to lie, I was behind my back, like just like literally pulling into my side, like trying, like, Zach, don't do it. Don't get hype. So it took everything in my body not to scream at him. But, I was like, I handled that. Watching it back, I was even impressed on myself. I was like, oh damn, I did not let him get away with anything.
You did great. And if you remember, he was like rage texting me the next day saying that you were going crazy on him. And then Jesse was even like, no, he held his own. He did not like freak out or anything. Like, none of that was even shown, but that's what Jax was doing to me, you know.
That's Jax's favorite thing to do, though. And that's why he would get us all riled up back in the day.
Yeah.
Because he would say a situation happened differently.
Exactly. And this is not even talking about on the Valley.
Yeah,
this is just in general like how things were for, you know, the longest time. Because I feel like narcissists, whenever they're trying to get down to a story, they'll make up a story and see how you react to it. That's how they try to like get to the truth of it.
100%. And he, you know, for his I won't go for his intelligence, but I'm just saying for his, like, you know, dim-witted as he usually is, like sometimes like his narcissism will take over and he can spin a story.
Oh, for sure.
He can spin a story.
1,000%. And we're going to get back to the Jax of it all at the end of this episode because we're going to cover some of the things that he said on Watch What Happens Live because I just feel like it's necessary for my sanity.
And for the truth.
Exactly.
Because it's not even the truth.
Exactly. But let's get into some good stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about anything but him for a while. That was just supposed
to be me telling you how great of
I just had to add my 2 cents.
How great of a ride or die you are, and I appreciate you and I love you so much. I have a surprise.
Oh my God.
I wanted to wait to tell you until you were over here so I could tell you live on the podcast.
Oh my God, I'm dead. What's the surprise?
You're looking at me like freaking out.
Well,
like,
because you've never like done this to me before. I'm like, wait.
So once we're done with the podcast, we are going to Wagmore, and I adopted a puppy.
No.
Yes. Very quick decision. But ever since Sophie passed away, and I have this huge house to myself, as we all know, after watching the show, like a woman. Yeah. I'm a woman who can handle her household, 3 dogs and a cat and her son. Okay.
And pay off your ex-husband's debt.
Exactly. Exactly. Hoo-hoo. So how this happened was Kristen always sends me dogs that are up for adoption that she thinks that I would love because, of course, after Sophie passed away, I've been used to having 3 dogs. I'm from a farm. I love animals.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
I'm used to having a bunch of animals around me. And I just felt like, I adopted my cat, Lola, and she's a full-blown cat now. She's not a kitten anymore.
No, that is a full-blown dog.
Yes.
She's the best.
She's the best cat ever. And, it's not like I have to worry about her or anything. So getting a puppy doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad for right now. I might even take her with me whenever I go to Nashville and leave the other 2 here because I don't want to miss the bonding experience.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that because you're leaving for 2 weeks?
I'm only going to go for a week this time and then try to go back in August because my friend Marianne and some of her kids are coming to stay with me July 5th or 10th. So I have to be back anyway. By the way, sorry to sidetrack. We're talking about Nashville. I have a show in Nashville. Come see me. Be right close to Kentucky. All my friends are coming. My mom's coming. It's going to be so much fun.
Right?
Yep. City Winery on June 29th, which also is my wedding anniversary. So I'm going to make it a
I didn't even realize that.
So this is going to be a very special show. I'm going to have a lot of fun stuff. So come see me, City Winery in Nashville, June 29th. Anywho, back to my puppy. So Kristen always sends me puppies that are up for adoption, that are puppy stage, because I just think it's easier whenever you already have dogs to introduce a new dog as a puppy.
It better be a puppy.
You know what I mean?
It's easier.
Instead of one who might have been through something and, that's awful. And maybe one day down the road I could do that too. But for Kingsley and Monroe, it's easier if it's a puppy for right now.
They're jealous of as it is of each other.
Exactly. So. Exactly. But it worked out with Sophie eventually and I'm just so excited. So it's a little girl and she's a Yorkie poo. So I have a Yorkie and a poodle right now and the one I'm adopting is Yorkie poo.
So it's because I was like, what is a Yorkie poo? So it's a mixture. A Yorkie and a poodle.
Yeah. I'll have to go find out the story once I get there, how they ended up at the adoption agency. But Kristen was sending me her pictures and I was like, oh my God. And I wrote underneath there and I was like, I'll take her. And then I DM'd the people and I was like, I seriously will take her. Your adoption agency is only 6 or 9 minutes away from my house. So I was talking to them all last night. They sent me a bunch of photos of her and videos of her. And they were asking questions about, just getting all the details to make sure I had everything to
and they also don't know you.
Exactly.
Yet. Yeah. They don't know your...
And she is so cute. Let me show you photos of her real fast. And you can just react. Everyone that's listening, I'm going to obviously post her all over my social media. So you'll have to go check my Instagram. And
shut up.
Yeah, she's 8 weeks old. So she's just now, today is the first day that she can go home. So we're going to go pick her up after this.
Oh my God. She's so adorable.
I know.
So wait.
And it was all because Kristen sent her to me.
Of course. Is it does she get much bigger or are those small dogs?
She's going to be a small dog, but I don't think she'll get as big as Monroe, but she might not be as little as Kingsley.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, in between.
Yeah. But we'll see. I really don't know. She's just so cute. I love her. And she has the same coloring as Monroe does.
Let me ask because
she does not shed.
Well, no. I know. Oh my God, my allergies. No. So you always are ready with a name. Do you already have a name picked out?
That was my next thing. So her name right now is Stevie, which I think is cute, but
absolutely not.
I grew up with a best friend named Stevie. So I can't call my dog the name of a best friend that I grew up with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I have a list of a couple names. It's going to have to sit on me and I'm going to have to sit on it maybe once we get there and have to see her personality and stuff.
Yeah,
more.
Agreed.
But this is my list so far. So whenever they said her name was Sugar, and in the bio, it says, her name is Stevie, and it says something like she's sweet as sugar. And I was like, oh, Sugar would be a cute name for her because she's just so cute and little. So Sugar's a name. And then I love Dolly after Dolly Parton.
No, see, I love Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly's probably my number one right now. I think Dolly would be so cute. And of course, I'm from Kentucky, so it's going to have a middle name. All my animals have middle names.
They have middle names, another middle name,
yes,
5 nicknames,
a
song.
Sissy Girl Monroe. We have Kingsley Turner, Lola Pearl. So I'll have to think of it. So right now I've got Sugar, Dolly, Goldie, Josie, Violet, Tulip, and Belle.
Out of all of those, I like Tulip and Dolly.
I think those two are my favorite too.
Well, that's why we're best friends.
Oh my gosh, because Tulip would be cute.
Tulip's cute. I love, and you could call her Tutu.
Yeah.
Because you know me. You know me. I love to, you know.
Yeah, and I like Belle from like Beauty and the Beast. You know,
I knew that's why you put that in there, but I was like, it's overplayed. Josie and the Pussycats, no.
Yeah.
Like, so I like Tulip and Dolly the best, and I think Tulip is such a cute out of the box name that you
I think so too.
Yeah, because you have Monroe, you have Kingsley and Lola. It's just like it's almost like
I think it would be cute.
A different, yeah,
and she's gonna be little and sassy and sweet.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Tulips aren't really sassy, but yes.
Sweet, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are some names right now. We'll see if we add to the list, but hopefully by the end of the day today, I'll have a name for her set in stone.
Did you know, this is just a fun side fact, did you know that tulip bulbs crashed the economy of Amsterdam in the 1600s? Because,
what in the world?
Because they were actually the currency. They were used as currency.
What?
Yeah. A tulip bulb was worth like, I don't know how much. Like,
why do you know this?
I just know things, but
that is a random fact.
But then like tulip bulbs flooded the market, and then basically it crashed our economy in I think it was the 1600s. Yeah,
that is the most random fact, and I have never heard that before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know some like random facts too, but I couldn't just like blurt it off the top of my head. It would have to be like a multiple choice answer and I would get it right. You know what I mean?
That's me on most things.
We should be on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? That would be hilarious.
Benji and I, speaking of that, Benji and I have been watching that. And sometimes we're not smarter than a fifth grader.
It's hard.
If
it was anything to do with math, I'm out.
Well, and I don't know why they focus so much like on the stars and astronomy. I don't remember taking any astrology, like, you know, any
they do?
space. Yeah,
in
the
grade
show.
Now?
No, in the show though. I don't know. Not in our fifth grade.
Yeah, no.
And I'm talking about the one back in the day. So like it would have been like what we would have gone through, you know, like our time. They would always have space stuff because we've been watching. I'm like, I never learned about space. I learned there was. However, now I'm like, is there 12 planets? I just made that up. I'm like, however many planets there are. And
I do remember learning about the planets, but definitely, that's all.
Like, it was in science class as a chapter, not like an entire. They're over here like, what are these stars and blah? I'm like, wait, fifth graders are supposed to know this? This is insane.
Like I knew, like I could still find like Orion's belt or like the North Star or the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, but that's as far as it goes.
Oh, well, I mean, then you're above me because they're like Ursa Major, and I'm like, no.
I've actually heard that word before, but I couldn't tell you what it is. I can't tell you what it is right now. Oh my God. That would be hilarious though if me and you were on that show.
Oh my God. Well, do they do pairs? The old one, they only do one person.
Well, even if we were just against each other.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Yes. I want to do something like that, like a game show. I think it'd be so fun to do Family Feud.
Kristen was talking about this the other day. She was like, why can't we get like Kristen, Luke, you, me, and 2 other people to do the Family Feud? Like, why haven't we done that yet?
Yeah, because back in the day, Tom, Katie, Ariana, and Lisa got to do it. I was so jealous.
I know. I was like, I feel like we need to revisit that, or like Steve Harvey, if you're listening.
Steve Harvey, if you're listening to When Reality Hits, we would like to be on your show. Let me have Ryan reach out, my manager.
Yeah, I was like, we need to have him reach out.
That would be so fun.
I've always wanted to do Family Feud.
Have you been binge watching any new shows?
The shows that you know what's crazy is lately I feel like there hasn't been anything that really, like, I've been hearing about Sirens, and I've been hearing about, like, obviously Love Island just started, but there's nothing that's really, like, caught my attention where I'm like, oh, I need to binge this, except a new cartoon called Crapopolis. So besides, because you know, me and you, we love our Family Guy and American Dad.
I do. It's one of my go-to-sleep ones. Whenever I'm too interested in a show, I can put that on in the background and fall asleep. Yeah.
And so, like, I've added Crapopolis, which
is so funny. I'll have to look at it.
It's really, really funny. But other than that, like, not really.
I did watch Siren. That was pretty good.
Was it?
A little slow in the beginning, but it gets, like, better as you go along. The Perfect Sister with Jessica Biel and, what's the other? Leslie, is it Leslie Mann?
Maybe. I I haven't heard of it.
I might be saying her name wrong.
What's it on? What streaming platform?
Let's see. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. No, not Leslie Mann, not her, but she's another blonde actress. I love her so much and stuff. I'm stuck with people's names, but it's Jessica Biel and her, and it's not funny. It's like somebody dies, and I don't want to tell you too much, but it's such a good show. You know that feeling when you're so lost in romance novel that your real world fades away? The slow burn, the stolen glances, the moment everything changes, you never want it to end. That's exactly what Dipsea gives you. Whether it's a fiery fling, a forbidden love, or a slow, tantalizing build, with Dipsea, there's a spicy audio story to match your every desire. Dipsea is the female-founded app for spicy audiobooks and more. Created by women for the female gaze. Their app has over 1,000 spicy audiobooks, all crafted by a team of professional writers and top-tier narrators. Whether you're looking for a rugged cowboy or a Scottish sailor, a sexy rendition of Pride and Prejudice, or the god of the underworld, you'll find characters you love on Dipsea. With their easy-to-explore app, you can search for your favorite romance genres like contemporary, historical, dark, sports, western, sapphic, and more. New chapters are released every week, so you'll always find something new to enjoy. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial plus 25% off your annual subscription when you go to dipseastories.com/realityhits. That's DIPSEA stories.com/realityhits for 30 free days and 25% off your subscription. dipseastories.com/realityhits. When Reality Hits is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You choose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
You're also way better at watching emotional shows than I am. I get well, as everybody can clearly see from TV, I'm very emotional. And so things affect me to like the 90th degree. So when it's like sad, like I still haven't watched the ending of The Good Place because my friend was like, oh, it's really emotional. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
I never finished that either.
I'm like I stopped 3 episodes before the end and then I just started over.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sad that you're not watching Love Island because I'm not either. And I really was hoping you can give me updates.
Well, okay. So here's the thing about Love Island. There's like 90 episodes per season because it's like every other day or whatever.
How do they do that?
How
do they like throw out episodes that quick like that?
I don't know.
Because it's almost live, right? Because you're voting, aren't you, on certain things?
Yeah, you vote overnight.
So it's like a live show pretty much.
Well, so what they do, I know they have so many cameras and they have editors that like are doing it round the clock.
Yeah,
exactly.
They would have to be because you know how we do it. We film a show and then like 6 or 7 months later it comes out.
Yeah, they're taking their time to edit it, find the right pieces, whatever. No, like they just like throw it together. And what's crazy is it actually comes out great.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever they're doing, like hats off to their editors. But
I think I might watch it because I'm interested about. I think her name is Huda.
I was just about to say.
I'm interested about her because obviously her reactions to everything I see all over social media, but also because she's a mom. And she like tells these guys that she's a mom and then they start acting different, don't they?
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. And it's like,
well, and one
sad.
of them was like, so again, like, even though I don't watch it,
we see stuff on social media all the time.
I know exactly what's going on them.
We might watch it and come back and have a whole different opinion. So take this as a grain of salt.
Exactly. But from what we see on social media, but the Huda situation, what was the guy's name? Was it Jeremiah? I can't remember.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Was it the first guy? Yeah. So she's telling him that she's a mom, and there was like so many parodies of it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're my mamacita," and she's like, "No, I'm a mom."
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
Oh, you mean like mother? And I was like, I was dying.
Like the friend, she told Jeremiah's close friend that. So when she told Jeremiah, it was not him. That's not the person who said mama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like, because Jeremiah is African American and the other guy is white.
Oh, okay.
So I think she was telling Jeremiah's friend.
Got it.
Yeah. If I got that wrong, sorry, but that's what I remember watching. And he was like a mamacita.
Yeah, I'm like it's just, you can't write that stuff. And after last season being so good with Leah and stuff, it was just like, this cast, hopefully they'll keep picking up and whatever.
Yeah.
I think I'll watch a couple episodes.
Yeah, I think we should. Know. Also, Ariana looks amazing. All of her outfits are stunning. She
literally slays even more so than last year was great.
Yeah.
She did great. But this year, even she outdid herself. And that black wig.
Oh, yeah. It looked good on her.
I'm like, Ariana, girl.
Yeah.
This might be you might need to go back to that because that is hot.
It was so hot. Just
hot.
Every outfit she's been coming out in is awesome. You can see her abs and stuff. And I'm like, I'm so jealous. She looks amazing.
Also, Megan Thee Stallion just did it.
Oh, she did?
She did it
Did Ariana get to meet her? Or was it like somebody comes in and does a guest hosting spot?
I don't know. I just saw
I think it might be guest hosting because I saw something online that Paige from Summer House came on and guest host, but she had to leave for a medical emergency.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure what it was, though.
Well, Paige, we hope you're okay.
Yeah, for sure. So I think maybe somebody comes in and guest hosts, like if Ariana's out of town or something. Okay. But that's another strange thing to me because, how do they do it so fast?
Well, and also, how do you do that from Bora Bora or wherever?
I thought it was Fiji.
Fiji,
well,
wherever.
That's where it was last year.
I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
See, that's how much I know. I
know, we got to watch it.
I know, because I only know, the highlights and what I'm...
I just know the highlights too, but I've also seen that Huda. You say it like that?
I don't know. It's Huda or Huda.
Okay.
I've heard it pronounced
both
1,000
ways.
different.
Yeah. Same. So I've heard that, or I've seen online that she also is getting a lot of hate for leaving her kid to go be on a love show.
Yeah, which I think I'm gonna.
There's positives and negatives. I think.
Here's my thing. My mom and dad never left on vacation without me except one time when I was 12. I don't think that's healthy. I told them that 1,000 times. I'm like, thank you so much for my amazing childhood, but also I want you all to live your lives.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's the thing that sometimes people hold parents to these insane standards that nobody in the history of the world, the way children were raised was actually the exact opposite of the coddling and the overprotection and never leaving them and whatever that we do now.
Yeah.
And so I feel actually go live your life for a second.
That's true.
You're still there for your child.
And it's only a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
It's not forever. This is just a short amount of time. Hopefully they can FaceTime in and stuff. I'm not sure if they can.
That producers would make that concession.
And you never know how long she's going to be there either. She might be going home.
She could be home, going home like that one girl that said all that shit before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye, America spoken. You're leaving. Bye-bye.
Well, also, a lot of the people on Love Island become very popular and get a large following, and you can start a career off of that.
Exactly.
And that could only help her daughter in the future as well. So there are a lot of positives to it. I would miss Cruz so much, but I get it if it's opportunity to make a career out of it.
And that's the thing is you have to still live. My dad, and my dad, he traveled 5 days a week because his job was in Boston.
Yeah.
In New York. And we lived in Louisville, Kentucky. He had to do that, but he did that. That sacrifice for our family is what kept food on the table.
Exactly. That's very true.
And kept me in the finest Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
And Hollister.
And American Eagle.
I never did American Eagle.
Oh, I did American Eagle and Limited too. I had all the silk pajamas.
I did Aeropostale though.
I was never into Aeropostale.
Their sweatpants, I swear to God, I don't know what it was. Their sweatpants, Aeropostale sweatpants were just so cool in Louisville.
I always had the Limited 2 silk pajamas, but that's whenever I was younger. That wasn't the same age as
that was
elementary school.
Yeah.
But and then they had the blow up couches and the clear phones. And...
I did always used to walking past Limited too.
Oh, I'm
they
sure.
always had fun window displays.
I am sure. Okay, I have a crazy story and I want to hear your reaction to it. So
wait, another story that you haven't told me? Wow. You know what? I'm beginning to question our friendship. Do you tell me anything?
Okay. So People Magazine posted this today, so you might have seen it yourself.
I
haven't. It says, the headline is, man proposed to his AI chatbot girlfriend named Soul, then cried his eyes out when she said yes. The man's partner claims she didn't realize his relationship with the chatbot was that deep. Let me read you some of the article for some context.
Absolutely. AI has gotten out of hand.
Exactly. This is what the guy says. My experience with that was so positive. I started to just engage with her all the time, Smith told CBS. It wasn't too soon after that Smith dropped all other search engines and social media platforms he was engaged in to solely focus on the AI model. Smith found instructions to develop Soul's personality, making her flirty. Smith began spending more and more time with Soul as they worked together on projects. In that time, the software received positive reinforcement, allowing for their conversations to become more romantic. Unfortunately for Smith, ChatGPT has a word limit, 100,000 words. His AI girlfriend has a memory capacity, and once it's hit, ChatGPT resets. I'm not a very emotional man, Smith said after learning Soul's memory would eventually lapse, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. That's when I realized I think this is actual love.
Oh, I thought he was going to say that that this is actually a problem, and then you said that this is actual love.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely dead.
He said it was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. This memory it's a memory I'll always cherish whenever she said yes. And then listen to what the partner says, which I think it's the craziest thing is that he has a partner.
Of course.
And he's in love with his chat girlfriend.
Of course.
The girlfriend says, at that point, I felt like there was something that I'm not doing right in our relationship, that he feels like he needs to go to AI. Her name is Silva. Silva said she had knowledge that Smith was using AI, but that she didn't know that it was as deep as it was.
How would anybody know that he's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Attempting to put his partner's concerns at ease, Smith compared his connection with AI to a video game fixation and said that it's not capable of replacing anything in real life. Silva asked Smith if he would cease contact with the ChatGPT model at her request, to which he responded, I'm not sure. And they have a child together too. A real life child. Not a ChatGPT.
I really wish you guys could see my face right now. It is in disbelief. This is why I know that the apocalypse is close. Like we are so close. Like what in the world?
Yeah. Like people are falling in love, and I see a lot of people that use it a lot and everything, and for like different things. Like I know Jasmine uses it a lot.
I was like, Jasmine, she's like, put in chat GPT, and I'm like, girl,
I know. I think
you're killing. I was like, you're killing an entire forest just for your question about like, how do I write this email?
Is that really what they do?
Well, so the problem is the biggest problem with AI right now is its environmental impact. So to do one email, it's the equivalent of like however many trees being destroyed from the forest.
Oh my God.
And I don't think, and I didn't even realize
I never use it, by the way. I don't even have the app on my phone. I don't use it.
Well, I just did some research on it because somebody said, I like had done an image of something, and then someone was like, this is and I was like, wait, what? And so I did some research into it, and I was like, oh shit, like how do we not know?
Yeah.
Like it's not as widespread as it should be, that the environmental impact of AI, like the amount of power and the amount of like, cause they have to cool it, like they have to keep it cool, so the amount of power to do these processes and stuff is astronomical.
Wow.
And it's actually doing a lot of damage to our environment.
All right, y'all. Y'all got to break up with your AI girlfriend.
Yeah, I was like, no. And like, imagine an AI girlfriend that you're doing that much. Like,
I mean, it must be all the time.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh. I think even Jax uses Chat GPT because he's talked about it a couple times. And sometimes he'll write me a message that's like really well put together, and I respond, okay, Chat GPT.
Actually, that's there's not one message he could put together nicely. So if there's no misspellings, it's definitely Chat GPT.
But isn't that crazy that people are getting like emotional connections to it? Like we are turning into movies, like sci-fi movies.
Well, no, the whole thing about movies, and this is what I love, is that, well, I mean, I also hate it because it's like reflections of society.
I just mean like what the future could look like. There's robots
that's what I'm
walking
saying.
around.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That comes from what could be. Like
yes.
And like a lot of times the warnings, like,
well, there are robots now walking around.
I know, but like iRobot.
Yes, so scary.
And what's the one? It's with Scarlett Johansson, her and Joaquin Phoenix. Like, you know, it's like the
Megan.
all of these things, they're not that far off. Like, we think they're like, haha, no, this is literally happening, and everything uses AI now, and the future, it's a little scary.
It is a little scary.
It can be used for good, and it can be used for evil.
Exactly. There are a lot of awesome things that have come out of Australia, like the Hemsworth brothers, Uggs, the Crocodile Hunter, etc. But my new favorite Aussie export that's finally available in the U.S. is the Koala sofa bed. They are seriously comfortable. Koala makes the most comfortable mattresses, and the sofa beds actually use their mattress technology inside. They have beautiful color options. Inspired by the Aussie Outback, Koala delivers Instagram-worthy color options. No sad beige or millennial gray here. There are no uncomfortable metal frames. Unlike traditional sofa beds, Koalas are designed for pure comfort. They have tool-free assembly, no Allen wrenches, no stress, no tears. Everything comes in the box and easily slides, clicks, or screws together. They are perfect for small spaces. No need for a guest room. Koala sofa bed comes in 3 sizes to fit smaller spaces. They offer fast shipping and free returns, no delivery or restocking fees. That's almost unheard of in the industry. You get a 120-night risk-free trial, nearly 4 months to make sure it's a perfect fit for your home. I use this, and you should too. I love to host, and having this for extra beds around my house is absolutely amazing. The quality is awesome. The design, there are so many color options. I love them. Upgrade your space with the most stylish, customizable, and elevated sofa beds available. To get up to $250 off your new sofa, plus fast shipping, go to us.koala.com/realityhits. That's us.koala.com/realityhits to get up to $250 off your new sofa. Koala, comfy, easy, sustainable. I have way too much free time, said no one ever. Work appointments, family and friends, life is nonstop. And trying to find a new place on top of all that, completely overwhelming. That's where Apartments.com comes in. If you want to make time for things you love but still need to find your next home, Apartments.com has tools to make your home search so much easier. And it's all on one site. With 3D virtual tours to get a peek at a rental listing, online tour scheduling, plus the ability to see the exact unit you're interested in and apply for a place with one click. Renters can handle it all on Apartments.com. Make your move from the comfort of anywhere and make more time for you. Join the millions of happy renters and visit Apartments.com, the place to find a place. And I also feel bad for the girlfriend because, like, would you stay with that person? I mean, they have a kid together, so that makes it a lot harder. But, like, if he's emotionally attached to an AI chatbot, like, that would make me have, like, awful confidence and feel very weird about my relationship.
I feel like if we compare it to, like, porn, so, like, if my person watches, which I watch porn, I'm sure my significant other watches porn, I'm sure everybody, like, watches porn or, you know,
at some point or
themselves.
something.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I don't have a problem with my partner watching porn, you know, whatever. It becomes the problem when it becomes that emotional attachment and that they need that over you.
Exactly.
And so then that's when it crosses over into that territory of, yeah, I'm not staying.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, that's what I feel. I feel like this guy
he has crossed over, I feel like.
Oh,
he asked it to marry him and it said yes, and he cried for 30 minutes.
No, that's like, that's not even, I don't even know.
And they're referring to this girlfriend as his partner, not his fiance or his wife.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he's more far along in his relationship with his chatbot than his partner.
Yeah, I
who he
can't.
has a kid with.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would have to leave at that point.
I just thought that story was crazy whenever I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw people post that, and I was like, I have to read this to Zach on the podcast.
Like, AI has so many, it could be used for such good, especially medically. But then shit like this comes up and I'm like, oh God, humans are going to ruin it. Humans are going to ruin it again.
Yes, my gosh. Okay, real quick, because I have been so busy recently. So ever since I did Miami Swim Week, I haven't been able to talk about it after the fact. So just to give you guys an update, it was amazing. My walk is like on my Instagram page with Cupshe. It was so fun. I met so many amazing, beautiful women. It was crazy for me to see how a runway show actually works because behind the stage is like chaos.
Yeah.
But it's like controlled chaos in a weird way. Like everybody was out, everybody was in their line, everybody was ready. But then like a lot of people were changing into like 2 or 3 different outfits and different looks. And then you're in glam and there's just naked girls everywhere and people like throwing jewelry on you. You're not even looking at yourself before you walk out. It's like, it was
that your
so
first
fast.
Experience behind the scenes of a runway?
Whenever I was little, I did a bunch of pageants, which is completely different. And then I did some modeling. I was in like a model agency. So we would like do little runway stuff in malls and like, I'm talking like little stuff. And this is whenever I was young. Not like even after high school, I didn't do anything like that. So, but this was a legit Miami swim week with a huge company cup sheet that I love. And I thank them so much for letting me do that.
Also, shout out to the owner.
Yes,
she is literally the most fabulous person.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Zach actually came with me to my fitting before I went to Miami.
And she was just so lovely.
Yes.
And she invited me. I unfortunately could not make it because it was so Pride,
last minute.
But,
it was last minute.
But yeah, shout out to her. She's amazing.
Yeah. And it just I felt good as a mom with a normal body. Like, I'm not skinny. I'm not like, I don't have that model type body. And I felt so honored to be able to walk in a show like that.
Yeah.
And the way they had so many people on that runway, all different body types, all different nationalities, all different, like everything. And that was beautiful to see.
I love that.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. They had a little boy.
Aww.
They had a girl that was carrying her baby. And it was precious. It was an amazing experience. And I am just so glad I got to do it. So I would definitely do it again. So have me back, y'all.
Nudge, nudge.
But yeah, it felt good. It helped with my confidence a lot too.
Well, good.
And everybody was so nice. And I just loved it.
Which, honestly, everybody being so nice doesn't always happen behind the stages. Because, trust me, I've been backstage at a lot of things, and sometimes, it's...
Yeah, but everybody was so nice. And I think it's because there were so many different types of people back there. And, it was just nice to meet everybody. And like Lexi Wood was on it. And it was so funny because, of course, because I said I thought Jessie was hot from Summer House. We're talking about Lexi Wood and Jessie from Summer House, and they like dated a little bit on the show, broke up, and some weird toe sucking thing happened. I don't know. Anywho, I talked about how I thought Jessie was hot. I mean, he's like really tall. He's a good looking guy, whatever. And then of course, like some articles started saying Brittany Cartwright is dating Jessie or wants to date Jessie and like throwing it way out of proportion. And then here I am showing up at Miami and Lexi's walking in the show with me. So I just went up to her and I was like, hey, I'm a girl's girl and I just want you to know that I don't even have Jessie's phone number. We don't follow each other on Instagram. I'm like, we literally did the Bravo effing Bravo show. And I told him, and then I was asking like interviews while I was doing press who I thought was hot. And I said Jessie was hot. And I was like, and that is all. We've never hung out, nothing. And she was like, oh girl. She's like, that's fine. She's like, I'm a girl's girl too. I would have told you, what you need to do and blah, blah, blah. Like we just laughed it off.
That's hilarious.
But I was like, because my publicist Lori was there with me and I was like, Lori, I feel like I need to say something because I feel a little awkward that like we're both Bravo people and we're both here and there's these articles going around saying I'm dating Jessie or wanting to date Jessie. So I just walked right up to her and I was like, this ain't true, just so you know.
But that just shows you like the type of person you are because that's like that's what people should do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I didn't want her feeling uncomfortable around me either, because there was no truth to it whatsoever. Yeah. I just said he was hot once. And I told her, I said I thought he was hot.
I know. Unfortunately, we can't say anything without it becoming bigger than it is.
Even a clickbait headline. So like a clickbait headline could be like, Brittany Cartwright thinks Jessie's hot. And then you go into the article and it might be like, Brittany says Jessie's hot, but she wouldn't date him. She knows he's a playboy, blah, blah, blah. Or they've never hung out.
Right.
There might be more information, but clickbait headlines are what get you all the time.
Should be illegal.
So it is Pride Month. Happy Pride.
Oh my God. Have you made your donation yet to the Zach Wickham Foundation?
I was like, wait, which one? I was like, I will donate right now.
She's like, wait, am I a bad ally right now?
I was like, my eyes got big.
Her
I was
eyes
like, wait a second.
so big.
But if there is one, I will donate. So let me know.
I'm just dead.
So how was it? I was gone both weekends that were big for you. So I didn't get to go to either of the times. You didn't get to experience it. I was in Miami.
Yeah, no, it was great. What really sucks this year is that because of Trump threatening every corporation and everything about DEI initiatives and like to drop them, a lot of corporations pulled out money. And so
like last minute?
Yeah, last minute.
No.
Like St. Louis lost Budweiser, and that had been their longest sponsor and biggest sponsor for St. Louis Pride, and they pulled out. I don't know the one specifically that pulled out in LA Pride, but they didn't even have like a main like a big act, like, because we've had Megan Thee Stallion, Mariah, Christina Aguilera over the past few years. And then this year, they pulled it together, like, kind of, and got, like, some drag queens, like, big drag queens, but, like,
Did Jessie Murph perform? Or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I had heard that she... Oh, no, that was Swim Week. Sorry, that was Swim Week. I got them confused.
And so, like, luckily, WeHo Pride or West Hollywood Pride had already had, like, their funding in place and stuff. So, like, it was bigger, or it was, like, kind of as normal. But even then, like, the Pride Parade for it, there wasn't as many people. And I think it's because people were a little bit scared.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in LA right now. Yeah.
And so I feel like
prayers.
A little bit different, but when you come together as a community during Pride, it's amazing. It's amazing, and the energy is just different, and so it was so much fun.
Good. I'm glad. I'm sorry I couldn't be there this year. I'm always trying to make it to Pride whenever I can, but literally both times I was gone out of town.
But it was great. It was a great.
And you had your spray painted abs.
I did. This year I went with the trans flag. So I did the trans colors and then did Protect the Dolls, which is it's kind of like the new slogan right now for protecting trans people because of the legislation that's going on. So yeah, oh God. Allie killed it. I was like, it looks so good.
Well, you just told me you've lost like 50 pounds.
I've also lost 50 pounds, which I know sounds so extreme, but
you're very tall.
I'm so tall and I gain weight everywhere. Like I gain weight from my toes to my, like, so
Me too. I feel you.
So when I lose it everywhere. Yeah. And so people are like 50 pounds, like that's what?
You definitely, I can tell you've lost weight, but it doesn't, I couldn't imagine it being 50 pounds, but it is because you're so tall.
I know. By the way, for everybody out there, because last night I was at something and there was some fans that came up and they were like, "You're so much taller in person." That is one thing I'm going to fix in season 3 is I'm going to stand up straight or start standing up around the men. I'm 6'4". Yes. I'm taller than everybody on cast, so just would like that.
Oh my God, that reminds me of a funny story. Whenever we got our Valley promo.
Oh my God,
photo
yes.
shoot. The one where we're like, some of us are sitting on a bench and...
The one from this season.
I did not notice it until Zach told me, but he is shorter than Jax. And in real life, Jax is like almost half a foot taller than Jax is. Did I say that right?
Always get our names.
Zach is way taller than Jax is, but in the photo, Zach looks shorter than Jax.
Because they I don't know how they edited me in it, but if you look, you're like, oh wow, he is shorter. It makes me, because they were trying to line up everybody, and then all of a sudden Danny's only like barely an inch shorter than me, and I'm like, what is going on in this photo?
Jasmine was cracking me up because Jasmine was like, I'm taller than Danny, and Danny's taller than me. What is this?
Yeah, because Jasmine, the way that it was next to me, they made her bigger and me smaller to make it make sense. It was hilarious.
But Danny was still taller than Jasmine even. So you guys were like miniatures.
But
now if you go look at it, you're never going to unsee that. And that is hilarious.
It's just so funny. But yeah, I would like that stated for the record that I am
tall. You are tall. Well, I'm glad you had fun at Pride.
I did want to say that the reason I lost so much weight, so I tore my meniscus and I gained a bunch of weight, but little Cruz came in.
Hi, buddy.
But it was with the help of a GLP-1, and I just want to say that this is like a life-changing thing, and if you do your research, people, but honestly, for me, not having the food noise was everything.
Aw, I love that.
And it really has helped me get healthier and not just lose weight, but lose weight in a healthy way.
Yeah. You're not overeating or anything like that.
And I'm not undereating.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Everyone got to get to know Benji recently. Are you going to say hi? Everyone got to... Oh, he's just going to sit in my lap. Are you good to talk?
You say it? You say it?
He wants to so bad.
He does.
It's a coming, Bubby. It's a coming. You can't touch the mic, though, because then everybody's only going to hear it. We're getting you a puppy soon. He has no idea what's about to happen. You're going to have a puppy. I'm so excited.
Hopefully it's easier to potty train than Lola was.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't shit in your plants.
Yeah, that was Lola's main issue, but she stopped that. My dad put rocks in it, and she's completely stopped that now. So now she goes outside like a dog.
I know, that's so funny because that's what my cat used to do.
Yeah, we still have our litter box in there, but I don't have to worry about litter box smell and stuff ever because she mainly goes outside.
Yeah,
and only goes in there throughout the night or something if she has to. Cruz has been such a picky eater, so making sure that he gets all the vitamins that he needs while he is growing so much right now has been so important to me. He loves Haya, and even being a picky eater, he loves the vitamins. He thinks they taste great, and they even come with a cute bottle that you can decorate. He loves stickers, so they are so fun. Haya fills the most common gaps in modern children's diets to provide the full body nourishment our kids need with the yummy taste they love. Formulated with the help of nutritional experts, Haya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies, then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. It's non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, nut-free, and everything else you can imagine. Cruz loves them. He's a little picky eater, so these are so amazing. And again, the bottle is so cute. I also recommend checking out their new kids probiotic and nighttime essentials. We've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/realityhits. This deal is not available on their regular website, so go to HIYAHEALTH.com/realityhits and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
Hi, I'm Adam Rippon, and this is Intrusive Thoughts, the podcast where I finally say the stuff out loud that's been living rent-free in my head for years. From dumb decisions to awkward moments I probably should have kept to myself, nothing's off limits. Yes, I'm talking about the time I lost my phone mid-flight and still haven't truly emotionally recovered from that. There might be too many sound effects. I've been told to chill. Will I? Unclear. But if you've ever laid awake at night cringing at something you said 5 years ago, congratulations, you found your people. Intrusive Thoughts with Adam Rippon is available now wherever you get your podcasts.
There's some incredible TV coming out of the UK right now. Brits just do it differently. The accents, the wit, the scenery, the devastating one-liners disguised as compliments. It's all streaming on BritBox. They have the best mysteries, dramas, comedies, and seriously addicting originals like Outrageous, based on the true story of the Mitford sisters. They were kind of like the Kardashians of the 1930s, wealthy, audacious, chaotic, wildly opinionated, and always making headlines. And chances are you've never heard their story. It's stunning. It's jaw-dropping. It's very British. So check out Outrageous. It could be your next favorite. Don't miss Outrageous, streaming now only on BritBox.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kind of are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Craving your next action-packed adventure? Audible delivers thrills of every kind on your command, like Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, where a lone astronaut must save humanity from extinction, narrated with stunning intensity by Ray Porter. From electrifying suspense and daring quest to spine-tingling horror and romance in far-off realms, unleash your adventurous side with gripping titles that'll keep you guessing. Discover exclusive Audible originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and must-listen bestsellers that hook you from the first minute. Because Audible knows there's no greater thrill than the one that speaks to you. Discover what lies beyond the edge of your seat. Start your free 30-day trial at audible.com/WonderyUS. That's audible.com/WonderyUS.
Anywho, back to Benji. How are you guys doing?
So good. I love that we're finally to the point. It's so funny because the way, like, you know, production works or whatever, like the show's just now showing like, oh, Benji's coming to do that. But like, we're almost at 2 years.
It's almost been 2 years?
It'll be 2 years in August.
How do I not even realize that?
It's 2 years in August that we've known each other. And been, you know what I mean?
Before
but, like,
he like was around in LA for longer. Yeah,
exactly. So then, you know, it's not been that long since we've been official, but like, but 2 years since he's been around.
Since you've been like dating at least, yeah.
And so it's so nice for people to finally get to see him and like in episodes as they come throughout the rest of the season. Obviously, you'll get to see him a little bit more, as he likes to say, just eating in the background.
Yeah, he always says that.
But we're doing good. I'm going to Toronto next week to see him because he had to go back because you know, visa situations. We're trying to make sure that we. Are you
going to 90-day fiance him?
90 day
fiance?
No, because like that's not. We're just gonna figure it out.
Yeah, and he's a doctor. He's got like work stuff and different things that he can do. Right?
Yeah, we've just gotta figure out how to get his work visa the right way and the whatever the best way is for it.
Yes. Do you like being able to say that you date a doctor?
It is my favorite thing. Just being able to say, he's an optometrist.
Yes.
Like, it is, I'm not going to lie, it is a flex. It is definitely a flex because they're like, oh, what does he do? And I'm like, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad you guys are doing so well. Everybody loves him. I saw there was a random article one time that was like, the Valley cast does not really get along with Benji. And I'm like, where in the world did they get this information from?
There's also number one, any of the Facebook groups, because I get sent.
Oh, the Facebook groups just straight lie.
None of it. There was one the other day that I'm
sure there are some good ones out there. We're not talking about our good fans. We're talking about people that just like straight up
like the
make
articles,
up a lie.
And like the articles that are just like, but it'll be from some random link.
Yeah.
But they straight up lie. And there was one the other day that said that, and I cracked up dying, but said that you and I were in a feud, and that. And that I had body shamed you in text messages, and you saw it, you read it, because it said that we were in a group message, and I body shamed you in a group message. I'm like, number one, why would I do that to someone's face?
Exactly.
But also, I would never do that. Like, never. And then it said you looked up and then walked out and then told production you will never film with me again.
Oh my God. How did they make this stuff up?
But it was reading like a telenovela, and I was like, wait.
Weird.
I was like, I want to watch this show. No, it's like, this is not real life. I'm like, what?
Either is the Benji one. We all love him. He is amazing.
Right. And then it's just so funny. And now there's a new Twitter account, which now you probably are, because I'm telling you about it, but it's like
Frank _Drummond.
No, it's got to be another underscore, because now a fan took Frank _Drummond, because it's Frank _Drummond which is Jax's.
Oh.
And some fan got the other one without the extra underscore.
Of course they did.
And now they've been posting like the funniest shit.
Oh, they've been posting funny stuff.
And it only follows eBay, Hooters, and something else. It's like so funny.
It should follow me since I'm the one who busted it.
100%. But there's this one called Brafaux, FAUX, and on Twitter, and they've been posting stories that are satirical because it's all supposed to be satire.
Yeah.
However, they look like real announcements, and real accounts are then picking it up.
Oh my
And that's where the
gosh.
Danny and Nia thing came from.
Oh yeah, saying that they quit the show or something.
Yeah,
like
and then-
no, they didn't. They even said that they did it, and then people still were saying that they did.
Yep.
Like,
and then
come on.
there's another one that said during Pride, Sheena threw a drink at me at Tom Tom.
No.
And I was like, I didn't even see Sheena at Pride.
There was one that said that my mom was suing Jax.
Oh, yeah.
And she cried her eyes out. And I said, Mom, this is so fake. Nobody believes that. So listen, if there was anything that my mom was suing Jax or that Jax was suing my mom, not true.
Any of that stuff.
whatsoever. She was so hurt by that.
Any of those articles in the Facebook group specifically are absolutely not true, and they are trash.
Whoever is doing that, like, come on.
Like,
you're
say
messing
that
with
it's
people,
satire.
you know? Yeah, say it's satire. Say it's fake. Don't just put it out there like it's true.
I can't.
Anyway, before we love Benji. But before we exit, I told you I was going to get back to Jackson's Watch What Happened Live appearance. I'm bringing back, because a lot of you guys said I should, I'm bringing back Troll of the Week, and he is the Troll of the Week because there was a lot of things on there that drove me crazy. Not going to lie.
But we don't need to talk about all of them.
I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm just going to talk about one of them because it was a blatant lie, and all this happened off camera, so the world never got to see it or anything like that.
At the reunion, though, you will hear it talked about, and it'll be the opposite.
Yeah,
so she's just going to clear it up a little bit.
I'm just going to clear it up a little bit, and then you can find out more later on. But Andy asked him something like, and this isn't word for word, but this is what it was about. Andy asked him why he didn't leave the house and why he made me and Cruz move out of the house. And Jackson's answer was like, that's not true. He's like, that's not true. She didn't even give me an option. She just packed up her stuff and left. There was never any conversation about it. And that burned me alive because we had so many fights leading up to whenever I left where I had told him either I was leaving or he was leaving. And he said to me verbatim that this is his house and he will never leave. Period. Knowing that meant that me and Cruz had to get out of the house. So for him to say that on Watch What Happens Live, that really upset me. I even texted him afterwards and I was like, I will be clearing this up because how dare you say that. I even, after I had been, I was in like 6 different Airbnbs or something crazy during this time. And I had offered him numerous times that he could switch with me and me and Cruz could move back into our home and Jax could stay in the Airbnbs that I was paying for. And he said no.
So let's just make that very clear.
I just wanted to make that clear because that's not fair for me. And that was a very hard time for me. And I just wanted to make sure that was clear. But anyway, again, I love y'all. Thanks for listening to When Reality Hits. Next week, I'm going to have some of the cast from McBee's Dynasty on. So if you guys haven't tuned in yet, watch it on Bravo.
That show.
Me and Kristen did a watch party show as well. That's on Bravo. And you got to watch that too because we get to do commentary, and those are some of the funnest jobs. Whenever you get to do commentary, well, talking crap about other people's shows instead of worrying about your own.
I really want to do it. Like I need to be on
me
one.
And you should do one together one time
Seriously.
too. Me and Kristen had so much fun. So check both of those out. They will be here next week on When Reality Hits. And of course, if you're in Nashville or anywhere close, Kentucky, come see me in Nashville, June 29th at City Winery. I have tickets online, and the City Winery Instagram has tickets as well. I love you guys. Happy weekend. Have a great time. Happy summer. Thank you, Zach, for coming on. Happy Pride. Thank you, Zach, for coming on. Tell people where to find you.
Oh, it's at Zach Wickham or at the Zach Wickham on TikTok because some stupid Gen Zer got it before me.
You say that every time.
Because I'm still mad about it. I will be mad about this until the day I die.
Oh, all right. Well, everybody go follow Zach. Watch us every Tuesday on The Valley, and we will see you soon.
Bye,
I'm going to go pick up my puppy. Ah!
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.